How to digitize a company's learning system. Organizational development can only be mastered step by step. Like a music composition, it needs an exposure in the beginning. By every verse, the message of the melody is getting clearer and more harmonious. But then suddenly, it surprisingly takes a turn till it's slowly coming to an end. Sometimes specific instruments are permanent in the musical piece, and occasionally all instruments play at the same time. Also, organizational development is a constant interplay. It is teamwork by recognizing and using individual strengths and competencies. Trainers for digital learning have to compose their way through the change process. We call it road mapping, which goes along with a lot of improvisation, and it's a permanent learning process. Here you can see the road mapping process. Development needs focus and flexibility, especially in complex environments and new working areas. Road mapping is an agile approach which helps you to develop an approved learning environment with digital media in your company. Road mapping helps you to progress by the means of an empirical process control and stakeholder management. The goal of the well-structured process is to support the trainers of digital learning. With reflective loops, it helps you to react quickly by undesirable developments. It follows the principle fail fast, fail cheap. This process control works better when everyone who is involved is clear about what is being discussed. Transparency is required about the national situation, the plans, and what has been achieved in the past. Therefore, an artifact should be created for each step. An artifact is a visualization of the current work progress. Visualizations help the project team to avoid misunderstandings. If everyone has a similar picture during the discussion, the work is going to be more productive and the task can be easier checked and be adjusted if it's necessary. This creates orientation in the change process. Everyone feels more comfortable when he or she knows what to do and what is being expected. Apart from this, a common language builds the team and arouses positive feelings in us. The following artifacts are just examples. It starts with exploring the company's learning system to get an overview about the current situation. Before the trainers of digital learning start their way, they should know their and their organizational capabilities and capacities. What are the current problems? What are the causes and motivations behind these developments? What are the risks and chances? What are our obstacles and difficulties? What are the weaknesses, strengths, and resources? And what options do we have? And what are the possible solutions? The answers can be found by exploring the current circumstances. Every activity without answering these questions will be inefficient and also risky. Trainers for digital learning collect all information in the artifact map of digital learning. It shows the status quo of the discussion and can be used for reporting. Being on a long uncertain way of development is energy sapping. Even if you're highly motivated, you will need a purpose. Building a vision is helpful by having conflicts and difficulties. Like a fixed star, it will lead you instinctively to the terminus of your journey. The following questions are helpful to find your company's vision. What can digital learning mean for us? What do we stand for? What do we want to be in the future? The visual outcome of this step is the artifact visual statement for digital learning, which fits to your company. It will give you positive vibes in dark periods and will help you to stay on track in euphoric moods. Now the trainers of digital learning know the starting point and also the desired target point, and they probably see a more or less big gap in between. To approximate your vision, you must know the learning fields of your company. For example, onboarding new employees, further training of operators or managers, and even knowledge management in the production facility. Ask yourself, what are the learning fields of your company? Why are they important? Who is the learning target group and how do they learn? The result is an overview about your key objectives, which gives you orientation. At this time, you don't need a concrete plan because of complexity and uncertainty of the change process. It is more important to have a measurable short goal which are proven regularly. A helpful artifact is the vision wheel of digital learning. It is a tool which gives you an opportunity to measure the distance covered together. The more massive the black bar becomes, the closer you are to your vision. The vision wheel is also an indicator for prioritization. However, to get further, you need an action plan. Pick one learning field and explore your learning target group. What are their needs and demands? What are their obstacles and resources in learning? What is their learning motto? Only if you understand the learning target group, you will find a suitable solution and you can initiate promising projects. Digital learning is not a heartless implementation of technology. Digital learning means to develop an empathy for your learning target group and colleagues, like standing in their shoes, and use your media, pedagogical expertise to meet their needs so they get a chance to fulfill the company's requirements. A helpful tool is the Empathy Canvas for learning target groups. It helps you to get to know the learning target group, to get a wider range of ideas and opportunities to transform their learning field. By designing and testing your options in the form of a prototype, you will get feedback from your learning target group to achieve your role responsibilities. After knowing what people want and need, you can set measurable operational objectives and milestones within your project. The artifact Roadmap for Digital Learning shows the project course. Milestones are defined as iteration which helps you to measure your performance, reflect and adjust the work regularly. Now you can implement and experience your pilot project. Reflection also plays a special role in the next step. Only by reflecting, you gain relevant learning experiences, get to know insights, and create new knowledge. Trainers for digital learning with the participants evaluate the implemented projects and also the teamwork to be able to transfer the lesson learned in other business cases and learning fields. How did we work together as a team? Who has taken on which role? What were hurdles and unexpected moments? Only by reflecting you gain an impact on the organizational and personal development. The Artifact project portfolio of digital learning captures these learnings and can also be used for project marketing. It is also an evidence of organizational participation. After the transfer is done, a follow-up strategy is needed to approximate your vision. What is currently in progress? What is going well? What are the difficulties? What happens next? For this purpose, the Artifact Project Canvas for Digital Learning can be used to get a new state about the learning field. The artifact serves a discussion and can stimulate for further actions. In most cases, it leads to further work and new project ideas, which needs to be defined, implemented, and experienced by using step 4. The iterative incremental approach characterizes the development of an organization and also systemizes the action of the trainers of digital learning.